YouTube family, what's going on? I appreciate you guys checking out the last tutorial. I got a lot of subscribes, a lot of likes, a lot of positive feedback, a lot of encouragement from my fellow followers, and I want to just keep that same energy going into this video. I'm bringing you a all even haircut with a mid taper on the sides and also the neck tapered out, blended into the beard. As you can see, I'm starting off with my 1.5 metal detachment guard with my Andis Supras. I like this clipper because it's a fast moving clipper. It takes hair off and takes bulk off at a fast pace. And I continuously comb the hair. You can see that hair falling off of there. And I'm not really pressing into his natural wave pattern here. I'm just lightly going with the grain. In the process of going with the grain, I don't know, something just gonna give you guys a little bit of education on this. The process of going with the grain is that you're missing some hair and that you're cutting some. The only way to get that hair truly even is to go against the grain, maybe with a bigger guard and then come back with the grain. But yeah, a lot of wavers, they don't want that. They want you to just go with the grain, and that's all good. Right here you see me going into his beard. I'm using that 1.5, still just knocking it down. And I'm gonna get into some more detail right here. As you can see, his neck is already tapered out, but that's from last week. So I almost can get away with just putting a line on that. So when I come through to that, I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit with the masters, tap the line and everything. So you just gotta make sure you make your job easier for yourself, especially with an every week client, by doing the necessary steps. If you do those necessary steps the week before, it's gonna make easy work for you the next week. That's a secret. I shouldn't be really revealing that because my client's gonna see this. He's gonna be like, hey, $60? That's how you getting me, man? But that's the expertise that comes into this business. You start to know your client's head. And like I said, I've been cutting him since 2006, 2007. So I pretty much know his wave pattern. I know how he's going to come in. I know his hair is going to be a little bit damp because I know that he shampoos his hair like right before he comes in. And you have to just appreciate that when your clients come in and do that for you. That makes your job easier. It helps with sanitation for your next client if you have somebody next. Shampooing your hair is just a big thing. It's what's going to give you them sharp outlines. It's what's going to make that hair come off really easily while you're cutting it. It's just important. It's important to the process. I would love to do it in my area, as soon as they come in, I would love to just do it myself because, nothing's better than a professional shampoo. But sometimes my book is just really busy and, my clients, they come in, they already have it done for me. So that's a huge help. Right here, you just see me tapping his line on his nape area and around his ear. I'm just bringing that hair down around the ear because I want that to be able to, when I put that line on it, I want it to be able to lay down. I want that to really stand out. And I do the same thing, the same process all the way around. His front outline, his C cup, and on the back area there. Here, I'm just applying a little bit of spritz. Maybe a lot to some, but I'm applying a little bit of spritz because when I get ready to do my outline and everything, I want to be able to make sure that hair is being held in place. I'll use the blow dryer here, and I'm just, really drying everything up and making sure that it's, it was damp at first, but I'm just making sure it's dry so that I can get ready to do my outline and do my trimmer work. I think all the industry knows about the Babyliss Gold FX. I love them. I actually, I said that it's one of the last videos that actually let me go all cordless instead of using, a corded tool. I was stuck on the Andis T outliners. I love them, but ever since I got these, they're strong. They're 7,200 RPMs a minute. Maybe I'll do a trimmer review on them. I know there's a lot on YouTube already, but who's to say you can't always add a different perspective to them or something different. But yeah, you see me doing a C cup right here, and I'm just getting the basic outline on here so that way I can put the ball line in for the taper. But I like to have a visual of exactly where I'm at. My client has the type of hair where he just takes a real mean shape up, man. I mean, it looks really good when it's being done and executed. I'm just tapping the back of the beard, keeping that natural line, the way that his beard actually grows. So again, I just want to really thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate, like I said, all the love on the last video. Right here, you see me prepping the client. I'm getting him ready to put this ball line in for his taper. I like to bring that line down once I get it in, and I like to go into the beard and just start off with just a blank, clean slate straight across. So you see me just getting that hair right around there. Not pressing too hard, not whatsoever. I'm very light-handed. I'm considered a light-handed barber. Sorry about the focal going in and out, but I'm working on it. Trust me. Still keeping that natural line in the back of the beard. This client, my client right here, I always try to get his mustache done as quick as possible, because nothing's harder than trying to do somebody's mustache, and because he smiles, we be in here laughing and joking, and I had to hurry up and move on it because I knew he was getting ready to start smiling and laughing. So we got it. But here you see me using the razor. I'm going in, I'm forming my C cup. I'm just reinforcing that line, and I'm just getting it ready for that taper. And I'm gonna go right into the beard with it. It's a dry shave. Again, the razors that I use are feather, and I'll come back and reinforce that line with an exposed blade. But right now, these have guards on them, so they don't really cut as close. And like I say, some of my clients are sensitive, so I'd rather use something with a guard on it to make sure they don't bump up. Nothing like your client coming back to you telling you, hey man, I look like Nestle Crunch Bar when I left here last time. You don't want that to happen. So here I'm just going up with the one. I'm going up the masters all the way open. And I'm just coming back and tapping that line back out. Just knocking that bulk down. Continually combing. And I'm just using my flick of my wrist. You gotta use that flick of the wrist and your fingers. You gotta really develop that technique right there. Because if not, your shoulder, you cut a lot of hair during a day, 10, 15, 20 heads. I know some barbers, they're speed barbers, you trying to use your shoulder all day, it's gonna murder you. The longevity in the business won't be long doing it that way, but just gotta really learn that C stroke and just using your two fingers and just rocking back and forwards with it. I'm just spot checking right now. And now the blade's off, guard's off. We're just using the blade all the way open. Just using the corners of it. I'll keep playing with the notches a little bit, adjusting the lever. And again, if you watch one of my last videos, you'll see how I explain about in the beard between the mustache and where the beard, you can see where the white ash line stops. So that's pretty much where I stop with the razor, because I usually just come back and fill that all in with the color. And I'm blending the beard in right now. And just coming back with my razor, same thing. Stretching the skin, you gotta have a good stretch on there. Now I'm coming in with my color, and you can see how I didn't take that line all the way down with the razor, but I'm just able to fill that in, and I'm really to get that line right where I want it at. And it's just a small blending process. I like to start where towards the bottom of the beard when I first have the color on the brush, because that's where it's going to be heaviest at, and being that it's the first spot that I start at, that color is going to be the most color is going to be on that brush. And then I like to work my way up towards the top of the beard to give it that soft blend into everything else. You can see here I'm just really brushing it in, forming his goatee, and just enforcing the line there. And I'll come back through and I'll clean all that up with my trimmers. Keep talking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Sometimes clients don't know that getting a cut is a very, very pressure sensitive thing. Sometimes I might need the guard or the clipper on your head a little heavier than normal, or sometimes I back off of it and you're not even feeling it whatsoever. So getting a haircut is very pressure sensitive, and I look at a lot of other barbers and I'm like, dang, how they get their clients to sit so dang on still? I mean, they be in that Army 1,000-yard stare. All right, well, here you see me just blending that color, and I'm taking that brush and I'm coming down on it. I'm pretty sure I'm getting ready to come through with some hair fibers. That's how I usually apply all my color. It's always going to come back with some type of hair fiber or, something like that, just to make sure that it's, that line is popping and it stays there where it needs to stay. And then I also hit that off with a spritz afterwards. Yep, there we go. And I use like a black brown mix. I don't want to endorse anybody's fibers, but yeah, if you can get a dark brown with a black, mix, that usually does the trick. And I'm just coming back, and I'm still just going to reinforce those lines that I've just put in there with the color and the fibers. And now I'm going to come through and clean up everywhere where you see that I didn't originally take the razor to. I'm taking it down right through there at the top of that mustache and the bottom of that beard line now. Stretching his skin. And I'm angling that razor just a little bit. And I see that really coming out really nice. It's coming in, it's clean. And that's what you want. You want it to be clean. Obviously, I seen something, but I see that I got that brush and I just go in at the top and I just cut one of those rows off from that brush so I can get that type of detail right there. I'm just doing the outline, and I know that it's going to be heavy right in that corner. And as I was going down towards the beard and the C cup, I knew that it was going to lighten up. And I'll use my brush. I'll come back with my brush and really lighten that up some more, because you want it to look natural. You want the color to look natural. And I'll comb it back like I just did, and then I'll come hit it again. And you can see how that's really, you have that dark to light, back to dark look. So I think that just makes the cut really stand out. It makes it look really good. So right here, you see that I'm getting ready to apply the fibers, just following up with my work, making sure that everything is consistent, making sure that this haircut stands out. We're coming up on the end of this video, YouTube, and I really appreciate, I just want to mention it again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, watching. It's really something that I like doing. I want to leave something for my children and my family to be able to see, especially if my son becomes a barber. He can go back and look at this and say, hey, dad was all right, man. Dad was cutting, he was doing his thing. So yeah, follow me on my journey. I'm glad that you guys are tuned in. I'm glad that you made it this far. Right here, I'm just getting ready to use my Babyliss Gold and my FXs again. I'm getting ready to enhance what I've already done, just sharpen those lines up, staying consistent with the service. You're going to see also that at the end of this, I'm only going to show you this, half of the haircut. I didn't think it was necessary to go through to the other side, but I did the same steps on the other side. So you get ready to see the finished work. And I think it turned out great. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Again, I appreciate you watching this video. I really do. If you can subscribe, like, comment, I'd greatly appreciate it. The algorithm loves it. As you can see, we get ready to come up on the finished product. There it goes. You guys let me know what you think. It's 2020. We get ready to keep going. I'm going to drop a couple more tutorials for you guys. I might do a trimmer review. And, just let me know what you guys think. Leave something in the comments. This is Jose again, Mr. Premier Image 1, signing off. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all in the next one.